The 6 scheduled areas are exempted. That means most of the tribal areas of this region are exempted. Now my question to him is, he being part of this government, the MDA2 government, which they are working with MPP, who is missing today, and of course UDP, MPP, HSPDP, naturally BJP, and then so on. Can you, because I as a person, I'm not afraid of CA, frankly speaking. But can you reassure us, can your chief minister give in writing to say that CA will not be implemented in 6 scheduled area, let's say the whole of Meghalaya? Because that is the assurance that we need. Yes, we saw the rule, but because you are also part of the NDA government in the center, can you, through you or through your government who is running the NDA government here, give the public who doesn't know much about the CAA, give us in writing by the Chief Minister, saying that CAA will not be implemented in Meghalaya. If you do so, then we buy your words. Otherwise, I have serious reservation vis-a-vis, because the NPP MP candidate from Shillong seat is opposing it. The NPP current MP supported CAA bill in 2019. Now, I think anyone can guess what will she do if she is elected and sent to the parliament. I believe she will join the bandwagon and support. And hence, I am very serious resolution to this. There is one aspect. Other aspect of demonetization, etc. I think enough has been said. Those were all jumlas that I considered from the side of the government. Those jumlas has not worked, because I know demonetization was done to capture UP. It was done. 99.99% of the money came back. Where is the black money? We got the Jumla in 2014 that 15 lakh sabka account mein aayega. We never saw that. So we don't bribe. I mean, the Jumlas are don't bribe. And that's what I said. I want to see this in the parliament. And this is very important, because see, Jumlas are done. So this is what I was just trying to give you supplementary question, that please reassure us as a gathering here, who is learned enough to carry this message back home to those who doesn't understand that you are going to examine it and give us in writing. The day you give in writing, I will really thank you. Otherwise, I have serious results, and thank you.
With all the powers bestowed in the Chief Minister, the CA clearly spells out that 6 scheduled areas have been exempted. And even if our Honorable Chief Minister wants to implement CA in Meghalaya, also he will not be able to do it, because the Act does not allow him. So I don't think so, a response or a commitment or assurance of the Chief Minister will do any help or will not help, because it's not in the Act. And the second thing, what Sir has just mentioned about Jumla, I think so, nothing official has come from the BJP that 15 lakhs will be credited to the respective bank accounts. That has come out on the social media, and nothing official has come from the government as such. Thank you.
This was the referral to Meghalaya is exempted in the first place. So the NRC is also going on in places like Assam and so on and so forth. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to be rendered as illegal. Now, they're going to find safe havens for them to run to. They will not obviously return to their respective countries. Meghalaya does not have legislations in place to ensure that at least we are protected, especially given the fact that we are a minority state. We don't have the ISP, we don't have just about any law to protect us. So that's very critical, and I think it is high time that the legislators, especially of the state, push some legislation or the other to protect our state. That is number one. Number two, why I always question the secularity in terms of the BJP. I mean, in which country in this world, forget about anything. You might call it secular, you might call it anything, but then you have to fill up a form, and the form will actually ask you which religion you are. And if you don't belong to a certain religion, you don't have the right. So anyway, that's just a point to tell you that secularism itself is under question. The other points are, like how you had mentioned just now, that when it comes to traffic jam and water, it is not available, especially traffic jams in places like see, we are always known to be a state in which we are deficit. Deficit in the sense we are only dependent on central funds. Now, it depends on the center and the government that is in power there to decide as to how much resources go to which state. For instance, we all know, for instance, that Karnataka is a very rich revenue state. But for every 1 rupee that Karnataka gets or gives to the center, they get back only like what, 70 paise or lesser than that. But then you have another state which is probably very favorable to the government. And for every rupee that they contribute to the center, they get back 3 times that or 2 times that. So it depends on exactly what is the prerogative of the government and in the center. Building infrastructure, as you said, multi-level flyovers that we see in various countries, is very much possible to decongest. It just requires a lot of resources, a lot of out-of-the-box thinking in terms of the government and per se as well, and the legislators.
May I ask from this house, how many of us who are, who come from the rural areas? Can you just raise up your hands, please? One of them. There's quite a lot here. So what there's a simple solution actually I see. Give me an example. Suppose there are 100 villages, around Shillong. And in each of these villages, there are 2 patients. When they go to the sub-center, they don't get any medical help. They go to a PHC, nothing is there. They go to a CHC, almost nothing is there. And so they have to come to Shillong. So if there are 100 villages, and from each of these villages, there are 2 patients, you are expected to see 200 vehicles come to Shillong just to get some treatment from hospitals in and around Shillong. This is the sorry state of affairs in our state after 52 years. We go because since I stay in away from Shillong, it's very pathetic. They have to come all the way. So this is something which can be, is our solutions, because they're always a solution to any problem. But it just requires whether really, how committed you are, how honest you are to solve these problems.
I will not go into the legality of its validity. Article 14 is being debated, whether it complies Article 14 as far as the right to equality is concerned. But CA, I have 2 quick points. Maybe the friend from BJP can explain. There are 2 important points. It says you have to enter, you might have entered India before 31st of December 2014. You don't have to produce any travel document. Just you need to say I have been prosecuted. I'm from Pakistan, Afghanistan, or Bangladesh. I'm a Hindu, I'm a Christian, I'm a Sikh, I'm a Jain, I'm a Parsi, I'm a Buddhist. If you say so, that's enough. You have to just produce one ID that you belong to this country. I'm saying 2 things which are very, very serious. Why? I'm least bothered about the other aspect of CA. What I'm bothered is, in today's time, our young generations are not having jobs. How come you are allowing people to come and become citizens and compete for the least available job that we have? That is one serious objection that I have to see here. The other is, what guarantee you have that tomorrow, let's say I'm a Muslim, I stay in Bangladesh, I shave my beard, I clean my hat, I put a sindoor here, and I say that I have entered India before 31st of December 2014, and he might be representing a militant organization. He may be from Afghanistan, he may be from Pakistan, he just needs an ID to say that. Tell me how difficult it is to get an ID of a Bangladesh or a Afghanistan or a Pakistan. You can sit in India and get a passport done illegally. And hence, there are serious problems. We are actually compromising the security of this country because you don't have any check and balance. Vis-a-vis who is entering this country, you are simply saying, declare yourself, you have been prosecuted by a Muslim country. You need not be a Muslim, everybody else is welcome. What guarantee is that that person who comes to India and says, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Buddhist, but he is a militant organization leader who will secretly lead the intel of this country to the neighboring militant groups, whether it is based in Afghanistan, Pakistan, or Bangladesh is least trouble these days. But you have a serious, you feed them with what? I have seen the sports, the Meghalaya sports, you even give them kurkure, give them samosa, and we expect them to become Olympian one day. Somebody has to convince me. I have serious problem with this. But they will not build one bridge over the Unyam Lake for last, how many years, I don't know, expiry date is over. Now we have to build the bridge. And all of us who travel face this challenge. My question to this government, of course the Congress government earlier is, why didn't you keep 100 bridge 10, 15, 20 years ago? Goa, you must have traveled, most of you. We have.
See, I think I have every right to comment on this. First and foremost, I do agree with the Congress point of view that CAA is anti-secular. But let me remind you, sir, that in 23, during a debate on CAA, Dr. Mohammed Singh was still Congress at that point of time, saying this: after the partition of our country, the minority in the country like Bangladesh have faced frustration, and it's our moral obligation that if circumstances force unfortunate people to seek refuge in our country, our approach to granting citizenship to them should be more liberal. So who proposed CAA first as Congress government? It is a Congress leader who proposed this anti-secular legislation in India, and it's BJP who fulfilled it. So, if we all against CAA, I think these two parties should not be voted again. And that is a fact. And that is a fact. And what is more harmful than CAA? And what is more harmful than CAA is the Indo-People Peace Treaty, where all everybody can be a citizen of India. I think we have 3-4 crore Nepali, that can be CAA. We have it, this is more harmful than CAA. So our stand of views is very clear. CAA is anti-secular, proposed by anti-secular party like Congress, fulfilled by anti-secular party like BJP, and then we as regional party has stand firm from day one that when we are against CAA, and we want its full exemption in the state of Nigeria. So that is our stand on CAA. Secondly, when we come to traffic congestion, I think it's very much linked to CAA, where we already face a lot of problem in the city, and traffic congestion is quite linked to population exposure. So why should we bring more people? And how to address traffic, I do feel that it's high time for Meghalaya to start developing district headquarters and civil subdivision. We from Mokarwat has to come all the way to Shillong for healthcare, for education, for job. Because why? We do not have proper healthcare in our own district, in our own backyard. We have to come all the way to sell our products from Joai, from Riwa. Everyone come to Yodo to sell their product because we don't have a market in the
mentioned about the traffic congestion in Shillong. I wish 2023 the BJP would have led the government. By now you would have seen a flyover starting. And I wish, if not to that extent, I wish that we are going to have got 12 MLAs like our friends from the UDP. You would have seen the kind of construction that would happen. As much as you appreciate what's happening in Guwahati and other places, Assam, the same thing you would have seen here. That doesn't mean that because this is not being led by the BJP, that's why no money is being pumped in here. Ask and it shall be given, knock and it shall be open. Now if the state government doesn't ask for the kind of funds that can be given to the central government, now what does the central government do? You see, the thing is, I'll just give you one example. A particular hospital which is being run by a religious institution had approached us for funds amounting to 45-50 crores. That was almost 1 year back before the MLA election. And we took it up with the central government and they assured that it will be sanctioned. Just before I think for a month, 2 months earlier, I met them. I said, what has happened? You have not come back to us. And they said, it's still lying with the planning department and state government. Now there's a kind of pace that we are working. If our state government is working, what do you expect the central government to do? When even the papers are not landed up on the table. So what I'm trying to say is that if we had our own government here, then that is pace of development that we will see. Second thing, regarding this CAA threat to the villages and all these kind of things now, you know, the thing is, probably more surprising thing you'd find later on, that you might be having Khasis from Bangladesh applying for citizenship here. That might be the most surprising thing later. Because the only place that is exempted here is 1 square kilometer, which is included in the CA is 2 square kilometers in a municipality area, which is very, very small. I can give you assurance that you will not have anyone being registering from Meghalaya. And in all the other states, see, no one is stopping anyone from applying for citizenship. Anyone from any other religions, many of the people who are against the CAA are people of the Muslim religion. No one is stopping them from applying. CAA is just a fast track mode of applying for citizenship. They can definitely apply citizenship with any of the present laws that we have. So I don't see any threat. And with 130 crore people, couple of lakhs, I don't see how it will be a threat to our country. Thanks.
Class Indian. We need development because we deserve development. You cannot put development at a gunpoint. You need to respect the mandate of the people. If the people of Meghalaya give you 2 seats, be happy with that. Don't say that if you did not give 12 seats, you will not get development. It is high time that we need to depoliticize development. How can we accept this? I mean, how come development should be given? It's not only the BJP supporter paying tax. We also paying tax. We also paying GST. Our tax also is given to the government of India. You have to give development based on reasonable ground. You cannot politicize development. I think this is very important. We need to understand this. We all pay tax. All our tax is given to the government of India. And the government of India, I do feel that when it comes to development, you don't go party-wise. You give development to people who deserve it and to area who need it. That is just getting. And last but not the least, I do feel that it is high time for Indian democracy to really reach into that standard where each and every members of parliament do have good quality time to air their views, to air their opinion. And I strongly believe that we need to reform our democracy, and our democracy need to have policy like pre-legislation program and depoliticize of development. This is where we will be improved.